Run! Run away from self-sabotage. Run away from self-destruction. Run away from the way you talk to yourself. Run away from canceling out your pain with more pain. You had a bad man, you go get a worse man. You had a wife beater, you get another wife beater. It's pain to pain therapy because you don't feel worthy of good treatment. When a good man comes into your life, I just don't like him. You're cutting yourself. Listen to this, because this is a profound thought. Very few people do anything that does not affect them personally. They don't make choices until it's too late. They don't make moves until it comes to their doorstep. They don't prepare in advance. Most news releases, by the time they announce it, it's happened. If you're weary with smallness and you're tired all the time and you can't focus, what are you going to do with greatness? You're asking for more and you haven't mastered less. The Bible said, if you are faithful over a few things, then I will make you ruler over many. And you're trying to be ruler over many, and you haven't been faithful over few. You're so busy reaching out to your future that you are neglecting what you have been given right now. Oh God, oh God, oh God. I just felt somebody's toes up under my foot right now. So then the profundity of the thought is centered around the thought, I have spent too much energy, Dexter, trying to change other people's minds, trying to convince them of my motives and my thought, and that how they thought about me was wrong. I didn't realize that their decision didn't alter my destiny. You didn't give the attention to it that it takes to win it. That doesn't mean that you aren't called to it. It means that you are starving your destiny of the attention that it needs for you to progress. Jesus was fully committed. He picked people who were committed. Everybody Jesus called to ministry was working. He didn't pick nobody who was laid off, needed a job. He interrupted people who were working at something and said, if you follow me, I'm going to take you to the next dimension. I did not realize that the power was in my own mind. I did not pay attention to the verses that in the scriptures where it said, it is with the mind that we serve the Lord. I didn't recognize that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God for the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations, and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of God, and bringeth every thought into captivity unto the obedience of Christ. I didn't realize that my mind is the battleground. Everything you are going to be, you already are in another form. You are the acorn of an oak tree. Acorn doesn't look anything like an oak tree. It doesn't remotely look like it would ever have branches and leaves and be productive. It's just a nut. An acorn is a nut. But everything that an oak tree is in the acorn, even though it hadn't shaped out yet. So everything that the acorn will ever be is already in that nut. And everything that you will ever be is already in you right now. And the best people to be around are people who see it in you, even though you don't look like a tree yet. I'm looking for somebody who sees a tree in my nut. So you got your whole life on hold waiting for some other confused person to meet your confused self so you can have some confused kids and become a confused family, rather than clearing your head so you know what you want, so you know where you're going, so you know what you think, that you are aware of what is going on in the world and how you fit in the shifts and the changings of the current of society. Requires some quiet time. Shut up, leave me alone, don't call me, I'll call you later. I need to catch up on what's going on, and how do I need to be proactive so that I can change my thinking, because if I change my thinking, I change my life. Not if I change my job, I change my life. Not if I change my city, I change my life. Not if I change my husband, I change my life. Not if I change my wife, I change my life. I got the power within myself. I got the thermostat that controls the heat in the whole room, and it's right in between my own two ears. It's self-mutilation. It's self-sabotaging behavior. You could have been out, but you cut yourself. You could have been further, but you cut yourself. You could have been more successful, but you cut yourself because you don't feel worthy on the inside. You reject prosperity on the outside. And every time something intimidates you, you cut yourself back. I'm too fat. I'm too dumb. I'm too stupid. I'm too ugly. I can't do a photo shoot. I don't like my pictures. I don't like the way I look. I don't like who I... You might as well take a razor and start cutting your arm, because you are cutting yourself. And the reason the enemy wants you to do it is that you make his job easier. He's using you against you to destroy you. I'm gonna get off in a minute. You're one thought away from the greatest breakthrough you ever had in your life. You're one thought away from the greatest discovery you could ever have in your life. You're one thought away from your next, assuming you had your last $1 million. You're one thought away from a cure from cancer. You're one thought away from finding your divine purpose and living your life out with destiny, peace, and joy. Just one thought away. And when you can't change the weather, you got to change your clothes. You got to change the way you think. You got to change the way you function. You got to change your attitude. The reason I wore this suit this morning, I was gonna wear another suit, but when I saw how cold it was outside, I switched up on it. I couldn't change the weather, but I could change my suit. It's all right till it's your kid. It's all right till it's your house. It's all right till it's little me. It's all right. It's all right. Take any position. I'm not trying to mess with your position. Take any position you want to take. But when it comes to your house, it becomes real. When they're lowering your 11-year-old into the grave, it becomes really real. When it's your grandchild in the box, it becomes another level of serious. Y'all don't hear what I'm saying. And because you don't shout off of stuff like that, that's why we're in the mess we're in, because we only want to talk about Ezekiel and Daniel and Jeremiah and talk about the victories of dead people. We don't have no victories in our life right now, and that's why church isn't working for us, because we only get excited post-mortem with victory. But I need some living leaders with some living power, with some living authority that rebukes the devil.